one big thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, smaller things are part of the combination luck. I mean, whenever you pay attention to them, you will be able to be successful. So I think it's important. Don't let any stone unturned, you know, when you are going in for certain things. I mean, it's telling you in a company setup how important even the cleaner. How important the security. It's telling you how important even you know, the guy that.
We'll just take this from you now. So, Mr. Ade, I totally agree that you know, people have to pay attention to very little things. You know, very little details matter. Like Balde mentioned, you know, the cleaner and the security guard. You know, if the environment is not clean, if the environment is not secured, it's a problem. What were you saying?
It reminds me the other day when I you know, I was just around our bathroom door. I said, wow, look how messy the place is. What about if there were no cleaners to clean this? It would be very difficult, I mean, to live and work in this environment. You know, but in the morning you will meet the whole place clean and tidy. And there is a lady doing that. There is someone doing that. So it's like even the little things are very important. Sometimes we take them for granted, but they are very important to take note.
I think you're spot on, and I like the example you've chosen there, because the fact that they clean it, when we come in to work, we meet a conducive environment, one that makes it pleasant, and you know, makes our surroundings pleasant, and it makes it much nicer place to work. Absolutely right on that. I like that example.
So we'll just go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll head right on to current affairs.
Cool.
We'll be right back.
Yep.
Buri yawude holora te non kadi buri moƴƴude ko leydi Gambia ɗo si tawi hiɗa ka golle ma ɗum hiɗa ka l'école ma ka kangesa natugo internet nafitoroɗa suñu bundle ko kañum ɓuri moƴƴude no fuɗɗori mégabaji noga yehi ha mégabaji 13 waɗu dial star 303 has fi wawa tawede ɗum ɗo nafitoroɗa internet tarif ɓurɗo weɓude nata e Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp e dulaji boyi nafitoro suñu bondul family on fi wawa natude ko internet no falirada data package ɓurɗi weɓude fi heɓugol hen ko laaɓi noddu QCell customer care e 111 QCell suñu boss menen udditi lawol ngol si woɓɓe jokki.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. So, gentlemen, it seems we have a packed show today.
Indeed.
Yeah, because we have a lot of segments. Hopefully, we'll be able to achieve them all before we leave, where we'll be taking a look at preparedness towards the rainy season. We'll be having a conversation with Sana Dahaba, Executive Director, NDMA, as well as Rohi John Manjang, Minister for Environment. And aside from that, yesterday we connected with Babukar Sise, and he gave us a detailed rundown of the activities there. You know, the Hajj has not officially started, but currently, you know, they're doing a lot of praying and a lot of sightseeing. So looking forward to what he has for us today. And also, Momodu Gajaga is in Berlin, in Germany, attending the Special Olympics. And we will also talk to him. And aside from that, on the Click segment, we'll be joined by Ms. Jobis.
And Skengman Churchill.
Skengman Churchill.
Right.
Exactly. So, I mean...
So we actually see a situation in Banjul that we do not have a lot of information about, but at least the public has been informed through the mayor of Banjul's Twitter handle, where they're talking about the Banjul City Council under the leadership of the mayor is hereby informing the public that they have intercepted people who are recycling expired mayonnaise from the dump site to transform it into cooking oil. The culprits are under police custody. So we're yet to figure out the location, yet to figure out what exactly these people are doing. So hopefully, maybe tomorrow we'll be able to connect to the Gambia Police Force, where they can give us exactly, you know, what is happening there. And also maybe officials from the Banjul City Council can also inform us what these people are doing, you know, because...
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's a serious matter.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of smile because I don't eat mayonnaise and I don't eat ketchup.
Okay.
So please, when I go to these places, and it's like they always put this stuff on. They put ketchup, they put mayonnaise. don't on mine, please. But I've never gone to a country where people eat so much mayonnaise as in the Gambia.
Yeah,
I think even the French.
No,
who
we love
invented-
mayonnaise.
Gambia,
Even
yeah.
the French who invented it probably don't eat as much as Gambians.
Gambians love it.
And
Even
pasta as
last
well.
night I said to my wife, I need extra mayonnaise.
Yeah, that's how it works.
It's like
yeah.
almost you go to the roadside, you buy fish, you buy afra, and they want to put on
Put
lots
mayonnaise.
of mayonnaise. They're like, why? You know,
Even
but it's
cassava
just-
and beans now
yeah.
we put mayonnaise.
Yeah, everything.
remarkable.
It goes with everything.
But
in
to
the
go back to
country.
this, as you said, at the moment we don't have a lot of information, but it's good that people have been intercepted.
Mm-hmm.
But then you wonder how long have they been carrying on this kind of
Yes.
nefarious practice?
Yeah.
So, you know, good that they've been apprehended, and we hope that, you know, the people who are responsible are prosecuted.
Yeah,
Well-
and you know, please, just you know, begging the authorities not to include politics in this, you know,
Yeah.
because every little thing under the leadership of this person, you know, you don't even want something like that
Well, yeah,
as a
quite.
caption under the leadership of.
Yeah,
It's
quite.
not about under the leadership. It's about a problem happen and
Yeah.
it's solved. So I think the issue of everybody wanting to take
Claim,
credit or you for something, even if it's a bad thing, just shows how we're not still focusing on development, but the politics, the division is still there. So I think that needs to be looked
Well,
into.
what is more significant right now as a country, if at all it's happening in the Gambia? We
Yeah.
are yet to confirm, and I think there will be a confirmation letter from the authorities. But if at all it's happening in the Gambia, like you said, we shouldn't take it and, you know, try to put politics in everything. I mean, it's each and every person, you do what you are doing. And sometimes maybe the government doesn't have, you know, that clue that you are doing certain things, so you shouldn't relate it to politics.
Sure.
So all that we know is, as far as it is expired mayonnaise, I think it is not good enough for people to process that and, you know, return that
Yeah,
back
into-
to the
Even if it's good mayonnaise, I've never heard
no,
of recycled
that's
mayonnaise.
the part. I mean, as far as it is
go ahead.
expired
Yeah.
mayonnaise,
It's even worse.
it's even
Yes.
worse.
Yes.
I've never seen, you know, I've never eaten mayonnaise oil before, you know,
Well,
Interesting.
not knowingly.
not knowingly.
Yeah.
Because if they process it and they sell it, and you go somewhere and you buy from somebody who's using it to cook, you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's why it's good that these people are.
That's
are
why,
caught
Mr. Ade, I
Yes, yes.
always check where I eat, and
Yeah,
people
yeah.
will be like, "Oh, she's like whatever." Guys, even if you have to spend extra money, just so I eat well where I need to eat,
No, just
it
imagine,
matters to me.
Imagine the other day when Janaba, you know, chewed that cockroach here. I mean,
I did not eat the cockroach. Illa, ilaha illallah.
almost.
I
in
saw the
bread.
cockroach, Mr. Ade. Me, when I buy food from anywhere, I open the food, inspect the food, because already I know I have stomach issues,
Right.
so I can't add food poisoning
That
or
would be- that
something
would be
else
horrible
on
for
my
you.
currently existing problem.
Go ahead.
So I'm like, whenever I buy food, I check it.
Yeah.
So my dad actually introduced me to that restaurant,
Yeah.
and then you know he's also careful with his food. So I thought it's like a
good
good
one,
place,
yeah.
but I stopped. And most of the places that I eat, I check. Even if I have to pay extra money and go broke the next day, I'm just going to make sure that I'm eating from the right spot. I don't joke with it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it can just cause
You know,
complications.
food hygiene is very important.
It's important.
You know, just 2 days ago, actually yesterday, I was reading that a restaurant chain in London that was quite successful was closed down by the authorities because they did a surprise visit and they found it to be unhygienic.
Exactly.
And in fact, they said they had sent warning letters to him because people had complained, and he seems to have ignored them. So they just turned up and started inspecting, and they said, look, and they shut down the place.
And also into the international world, they come and inspect your restaurant. They see rats.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You're done.
You're done.
In
You're-
Gambia
yeah,
here,
yeah.
rats, cockroach in the kitchen in Gambia, in restaurants is so normal.
Quite.
Trust me.
Yeah.
But outside you, there anything that has to do with these small stuff, like they see it, you're done. It's not possible, because if it's kept clean and the rubbish is also organized well, then you should not have something
You
like
shouldn't
that
have
in
it.
there.
And so if we go back to this incident, I think, what it's telling us is that we should take these things seriously.
We should.
Because we go to these workshops where they validate policies on checking, food and so on. This is the reality of it. This is what you have to deal with. And, you want to know, are they closing down every one that they find? because somebody wrote an article just quite recently about the Gambia
Exactly.
and about how unhygienic some of the places are
Very
where
unhygienic.
food is sold. And so this is
I can
just-
remember there was a time a few years back, I think a year or so, there was a restaurant, I mean, within this environment. I wouldn't mention the name. I think they were doing their cookings, you know, at a, is it a dump site?
It was
or something?
Emeka.
It was
Because
a dump
no,
site.
because they were. I'm not saying it for anything, but it was on the papers.
Yeah.
Everybody knew about it.
yeah.
It was on the headline.
Yeah.
His
So,
restaurant.
so I think, I mean, those are things that we should pay attention to.
Yeah.
I mean, if our authorities
And-
did not
and
help
to
us, we
imagine
are
that,
good.
Mr. Adi, those people are back to business.
Yeah.
Like in another country, you're done.
Yeah. No, but even along Kairaba Avenue, I went and complained at a restaurant because where they had tables set outside was this pool where you could actually see the sort of mosquitoes
Look at
dancing.
that.
And I said to them, are you not going to clear this? So
Exactly.
the guy called the people from the back, you know, and said, oh, no. And then I went the next day, they still hadn't cleared
crazy.
it. And the next day,
And
so
you
I
know what?
walked in and I said to the guy, I will never eat in your restaurant again.
Mr.
And I
Adi,
will
thank
make
you
sure
so
anybody I
much.
know does not eat in your. I said, this is a disgrace.
Amazing.
Yeah.
On this very Kairaba.
I
And you
think-
know what's funny? The same newspaper carried the story on how this
But I
particular
won't name.
restaurant.
I won't name any names. Anyway,
Mr.
I don't
Adi-
want to be sued. Yeah, yeah,
These people
yeah.
had to go. I don't want to be. Well, it was on the papers.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't.
they-
I
No,
didn't say.
no,
No,
Yours
you
was
didn't
not.
check it.
No, it was-
you didn't check it
Yeah.
just because it's in the paper.
Yeah,
It
but
was
it was in the
everywhere.
papers.
Right.
Yeah, and the pictures were there
It was
where it's
everywhere.
clearly spelled out. It's this particular restaurant,
Yeah.
and this is how it looked.
Yeah.
So there's no way to be
Yeah,
sued in
okay.
this instant. I'm clean.
Well, I can remember.
So let's go with
the-
Babukar now.
Yeah, Babukar
He's on the
is
line. Like I
Alhaji
said,
Babukar.
yesterday he gave us, you know, a detailed rundown of some of the
Very detailed,
activities
yes.
that they're doing there. And I'm sure yesterday he was able to go out and do something extra. So he will just update us when it comes to that. Good morning. Mr. Cisse,
Oh, he's out on the streets.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Geneva.
Okay, so you're outdoor today, you're outside. Where are you exactly?
Well, actually, we are on the move because you know when we came, we are in Medina. Now, Gambian pilgrims are moving from Medina to Makkah because that's where the Hajj will take place. So right now, I'm at a place called Bir. This is the place where normally, if you come for pilgrimage, this is where you will actually do the intention, they call it. You come here and then say your intention that you want to perform Hajj, either for yourself or for someone else or for your family member who passed away or somebody who is too old to come to Makkah. This is where you do it. So the place is called Dhul Hulayfa. The mosque, there's a mosque here called Biru Ali. So normally when you come, you enter the mosque, you pray 2 rakats.
Okay.
And then when you pray those 2 rakats, the first rakat is you recite Bismillah until the end, and then Kul Ya Ayyuhal Kafiruna, and the second rakah is Bismillah again, and Kul Huwallahu Ahad. And when you finish, then that's where you do your intention that you want to perform Hajj. Allahumma labaika, you know, Hajjan. And then you can call somebody who has passed away, or probably if it's for yourself, then that's for yourself. So this is the place we are right now. It's on the outskirts of Medina. So all the pilgrims who come through Medina will come here to do this, to make this intention. So that's where I am right now at Biru Ali or Dhul Hulayfa.
Yeah, intention obviously is the first step to have the intention that you want to perform this, and with the, you know, the Hajj, and without that, then we wonder what an individual is trying to achieve. But yes,
I could just tell us about the garment he's wearing, because that's a particular garment that pilgrims are required to wear.
yeah, sure.
I don't know if you
Mr.
heard.
Ade is asking about your outfit, your, you know, what
Whenever
you,
it's too noisy, there are a lot of buses.
Oh, it's noisy.
Of buses carrying people all over, so I cannot hear you properly.
okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear it.
Can you
Yes,
hear?
I can hear it.
Yeah, so we were just asking about what you're wearing, you know, your outfit today. It's different from yesterday.
Okay, what I'm wearing here is called ihram. You can see all my guys here are wearing ihram. It's the white clothes for men, and it's in 2 pieces.
Okay.
And then you have to wear one on top, and one is actually malan.
Wow, Malambe,
like
wow.
a woman.
Malambe,
So the
wow.
other one is on top. Yeah. So that's what we are doing right now. That's the way you dress if you are going to perform Hajj. But what will happen is we will go to Makkah and we'll do our first tawaf tonight.
Okay.
And when we do our first tawaf tonight, that means the Umrah. That's called the Umrah. And from there, we'll go back to our hotels and then take off this white thing and then wear our normal clothing until the 26th, which will be the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, when we'll go to Mina. And that's where Hajj proper will start.
Okay.
Yes.
So did you go anywhere? Did you visit places yesterday? How was your day yesterday?
Yes, yesterday we visited some important places. The first place we went to yesterday was actually Uhud. You'll see that in the news tonight. It's the place where the non-believers and then the Muslims fought a very, very, very difficult battle. And then that's where Hamza, the Prophet's uncle, was killed, who was actually like a fatherly figure to the Prophet. And also, that's where the Prophet was injured during the battle. So from there, we went there and prayed to those who were buried in that place. And from there, we went to another mosque called Masjid Qiblatayni. Because before, they said Muslims used to face Jerusalem to pray. So Masjid al-Aqsa. So then one day, as the Prophet was praying there, God sent Jibril to him and told him that the direction of prayer must change in that moment from Jerusalem to Qibla, which is Kaaba. So that's the day the direction of prayer changed to the Kaaba. So we visited that mosque also and we prayed in the mosque. And from there we went to Masjid Quba, which is the first mosque that was built in Medina. When the Prophet was sent out of Makkah, exiled, he came to Medina, and that was the first mosque he built. And according to scholars, he contributed, he even laid the foundation stone when he was building that masjid. So we also we visited that masjid, and we prayed 2 rakats as well, and pray for everybody.
So how long is it going to take you, your travel today? How long? Are you going to work or are you going to use a bus? How is this, journey?
It's a long journey, and the distance from Gambia by plane to Medina is the same distance from Medina to Makkah. 8 hours journey.
Wow.
We are going to enjoy Geneva in this scorching sun. But thank God, all the bus is conditioned, so the journey is actually good. Once you get inside the bus, because even the tablet I'm using is so hot right now that it's rising on the screen that the temperature is too high, and I cannot record anything. Although I can be able to take you, but I cannot record any video because he said the temperature is too hot.
Wow.
So that's how hot the place is.
Wow.
Yeah, then you should stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Water.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
We are drinking a lot of water here to stay hydrated. But that's it now. So we'll join our buses again, and then we'll head for Makkah. And probably we'll get there around 7 or 8 at night.
Okay. You have a safe
And there's no
journey.
rest. Once you get there, you log into your hotels, and at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we all get up and go and perform our first Umrah at the Kaaba.
Okay. So you have a safe journey then. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a safe journey. Looking forward to the update tomorrow, inshallah.
Okay, Geneva, thank you so much.
All right, thanks
And
a
hi to
lot.
everyone.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Mr. Ade, that was Mr. Babukar Sise there. So I guess we will have to let you go now.
Indeed, indeed.
Yes, and looking forward to another session with you. It's always good to have you here.
It's always good to be here. And as I said, greetings and safe journey to Babukar.
Yeah. And the heat, right? I feel
definitely.
so bad for them.
It's
Yeah.
but it's that's
Well,
what it's like in Saudi.
the lucky thing for them is most of the places are air cool. So
everywhere.
yes,
Yeah,
I mean,
the bars.
apart from when you're out on
Otherwise-
the
Yes.
streets.
yeah.
Yes.
So you can imagine how people suffered the time of the Prophet
Yeah,
when they were
where
not
no-
air cool.
none of
they
this
were-
didn't
yeah,
exist.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, time flies, and
Yeah.
at the same time, things
Things
change.
change, yeah, and it's worth it as well.
Absolutely.
Like you said yesterday, if you're given a U.S.,
Yeah.
United
Yeah.
Nations,
Yeah.
United
USA.
States
Yeah.
ticket and a visa,
Yeah.
you will put it in a bin and
you,
go for...
You go for Hajj. I
yes,
mean, I think...
That's what he said.
If he had the choice.
Yes.
No, if he had the choice. That's what he said.
Yes.
So look...
Well, that's my
these
choice.
I
have a choice.
These are his exact same
So
words.
the people from the US are saying...
I have
so
a
the
choice.
people from the US are now saying, embassy is saying, we're not going to give him a visa
because he's going to choose to go elsewhere.
Makkah is the goal.
It's the goal, right? Well, good luck. You never know. Thank you so much, Mr. Ade. We'll
Mr. Ade,
just go
thanks
for a
for coming.
short break. And we'll be
Thanks for
right
being
back.
on this program all
Thank
the
you.
time.
Can I take your phone?
We appreciate, please.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Qcell compagnie bu ëpp client yu ees yu koy jëfandikoo si biir réew Qcell am 4G plus coverage bu gën a yaatu si biir réew mi internet bu gën a gaaw ñetti yoon naataangoom yi kon nag toxul léegi dal di dial *335# dal di bànneexu 4G bu dëggantaan Qcell network yi Gambia bu ñu gën a wóolu.
Qcell woni GSM company ɓurɗo janɗude ko leydi Gambia ɗo e Qcell 4G plus coverage on ɓuri yawude laaɓi tati ɓe woni poɗodirde ɓen waɗu dial *335# fi wawa nafitorade ko woni 4G Qcell network ɓuraɗo holorede ko leydi Gambia.
Save up to 50% energy with the new side-by-side Samsung refrigerator. Samsung air conditioners come with HD filter and antibacterial for your protection. Save time, energy, and effort by using our washing machines, loaded with innovative features that offer superior cleaning technology. Step into the future of television with our slick and slim Samsung Smart TV designs. Sizes range from 32 to 85 inches. Smart LED, Crystal UHD Ultra High Definition, and QLED Quantum Dark LED. Get new ways of interacting with your TV. Unparalleled vision, right from the comfort of your living room. Our products are backed with 1-year warranty. Visit us at Qcell Building at Caraba Avenue or at Boosterview Turntable. Contact us on 333-3217 or email us at info@quantumnet.gm.
Qcell suñu bondul ɓuri yawude holora te non kadi ɓuri moƴƴude ko leydi Gambia ɗo si tawi hiɗa ka golle maɗum hiɗa ka l'école ma ka kangesa natugo internet nafitoroɗa suñu bondul ko kañum ɓuri moƴƴude no fuɗɗori mégabaji noga yeehi ha mégabaji 13 waɗu dial *303# fi wawa tawede ɗum ɗo nafitoroɗa internet tarif ɓurɗo weɓude nata e Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp e dulaji boyi nafitoro suñu bondul family on fi wawa natude ko internet no faliraɗa data package ɓurɗi weɓude fi heɓugol hen ko laaɓi noddu Qcell customer care e 111 Qcell suñu boss minen udditi lawol ngol si woɓɓe jokki.
Qcell compagnie bu ëpp client yu ees yu koy jëfandikoo si biir réew mi Qcell am 4G plus coverage bu gën a yaatu si biir réew mi internet bu gën a gaaw ñetti yoon naataangoom yi kon nag toxul léegi dal di dial *335# dal di bànneexu 4G bu dëggantaan Qcell network yi Gambia bu ñu gën a wóolu.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. We just mentioned that at some point we will be joined by the Minister for Environment, Rohi John Manjang, as well as Sana Dahaba, Executive Director of the NDMA. But I'm sure Mr. Dahaba is not here with us due to reasons beyond his control. But we have the Minister of Environment, Rohi John Manjang, to talk to us about preparedness when it comes to the rainy season, because it has already started and we see the problems manifesting already when the rains aren't heavy yet. And in Basse, obviously, we already see what is happening there. Yesterday, Alaji A.F. Jallo joined us and gave us a detailed update in relation to what is happening there.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, dear.
Yeah, so to start with, like I mentioned, what were some of the plans, put in place, considering that last year we had the rainy season that we did not ever get in decades, so which meant that we needed to be alert when it comes to what should happen this year. Plans needed to be put in place. What was really put in place? Because in Basse, we see how really there's flooding. And when we spoke to our regional correspondent, he told us that it's in relation to some road constructions and the lack of canal and drainage system. And then in Gambia, in Combo, obviously, it's not yet as bad as last year, but we see, some manifestation here and there.
We can tell where it's going.
Yeah, where it can head
obviously.
to. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. And I'm happy to join you as a team for today's for this morning's program.
Yeah.
I also thank His Excellency the Vice President who is leading this exercise, and also the entire cabinet under His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia. I send greetings also to the owner of this house, CEO Mohamed Jah, for supporting to reach out to the public on issues of national concerns, and this is one of them. Yes, you are right. Last year's rainy season was unprecedented. It was one of its kind for almost 20 to 30 years, and it has taught us a lesson. And key lesson is to dictate that climate change is manifesting its reality and the negative impact on especially the least developed countries, including the Gambia. And there and then, we have to match this with the increase in population, demanding more use of the land space compared to before. Such rains, if it was in the past 30, 40 years, it wouldn't be this devastating because we have enough space for the rainwaters to at least escape to its natural route. But now all those places have been habited by human beings. Would I call them illegal settlers or just people who squats? But again, it all goes to the increase in population. What is important is also proper planning, and also people taking up responsibility in mitigating flood-related issues. Key among this is also waste management. We went around several times and we noticed that key obstacle is waste management. As little as it is, the small drain that we have, if they are properly taken care of and they are not being blocked by either water or the waste that we ourselves dumped there, it would have been much better for us to accommodate, at least to cushion the impact of what we are seeing now.
Right.
But on government sides, we're not using that as an excuse. We know that we are there to serve the people and they need to see results. Yes, in as much as what is on our table is very economically demanding, the finance cost is very huge, and hence it is a surprise receiving that amount of rain as said by Mr. Balde. Last year has taught us a very big lesson that we have to see how to divert our budget falls to mitigating issues of such disasters. And this, hopefully this year would have more on the budget to respond to this. Now the entire world is grappling with economic issues. So getting donor funds and projects would be a little bit difficult and challenging. We're doing our best. And currently we've just launched the WACA project. That is the West Africa Resilient Coastal Project. That is there to support the entire Kotu Belt stream, all the way from Birkama, let me just say the greater Banjul area, to make sure that at least we open up the water passages and have a very beautiful layout for this water to move and have them expelled to its natural course. But that requires a lot of finance. When we did our review, we noticed that more than 150 structures, established structures, are right in the middle of these waterways, and all this needs to be demolished.
Well, that's the problem there, yes. Honorable Minister. I mean, you know, these structures are built on the waterways, and you know, demolishing these structures. I mean, for me, I think to be realistic, that is supposed to be the case, to demolish them and free the waterway. But do you think we would be able to do that?
This is where I started to say economically it's very demanding. And people out there, what they're interested is to see mitigative actions happen right and today. But we have to be also realistic that Gambia is struggling. People are complaining of other urgent national developments to come on their way. And key is health and other aspects as well. And so we have to diversify, we have to also prioritize, we also have to strategically plan the way we finance this. In as much as all of them are priority of the government, and we're doing our best, and we hope that the populate would agree with us that it's going to be a gradual outfall. As I said, the WACA project is a 5-year project, and that will be a very life-changing, a very big life-changing project in the next 5 years. Because for the Greater Banjul area, I'll go to the province, but for the Greater Banjul area, our key menace is the coastal area. The Greater Banjul, the coastal area, Brikama, Jambar, going towards Abusi, Kolvat, to Nema, to the Kotu, Kware, and up to the Kotu, Kolvat, to the sea. So if that is solved, I think we will solve the chronic nature of having floods in the Greater Banjul area. For Banjul, last year we visited Banjul, and we were able to establish key factors of the why the floods happened. And key was the closure of the gates, the natural or the colonial gates that were established in there. But then you will also realize that Banjul was not as congested as it is today. Some of the areas, I'm not from Banjul, from the up countries, but again, those that have been originally Banjul and have lived for about 50 years were able to tell us the stories. That around the Bon Polder, as they call it, I forgot the name, I'm not very conversant with Banjul's areas, but there was no settlement around there. They have died, and then you call them. There were no settlement, or the settlement was not as dense as it is today. And that place is a lowland, very close to the sea, or to the Bon Pold. So that was where you have the water as a reservoir. So if people inhabited that area, they're reducing the space of where we have to keep water, especially if the increase of waterfalls happens. So this is why those people who have been living there experience it. Some also were saying it was the drainage. Yes, we have issues of drainage, but that was not the key cause. The key cause is because water was not expelled to the sea at the space that was required to pump out the water that was coming also as a result of the heavy rains. Now, all that has worked as a mitigative actions. Government is doing more than enough when we come to our own side, when it's come to the portfolio of our budget. I'm telling you, it's not enough to give the result that we need immediately. But for Banjul case, we are hopeful. Join us in prayers that if things goes as the way we put in place, we will not have Banjul flooding again, or at least it will not be as serious as of last year. That one we are sure. We just have one only activity to implement, that is to remove the old garages that are squat around the belt of the swamp.
And that has not been done
That
yet?
has not been done because we're dealing with people as well. You give them, they've been given notice, they are squatting there without any documentation. They've been served notice time without numbers, and we need collaboration from both the councils and the ministries to enforce. But these are people that are us. It is us who are there. So you can see that it is all of us to take responsibility. Why do we need government to come and whip us or take us to court, drag us to court before we comply? It is all of us to make sure that at least we comply to the laws to mitigate issues that will be of national concerns.
But there are times that, the law should bite, Honorable Minister.
Exactly. I agree fully. That is not even an excuse for us. We will implement. That is exactly what we're going to do. But what we want to do for now is, because these are people also who have employed some of our sons and brothers. So if you take them from there, where are you going to give them? So what we want to do is, as a softer mitigative action, is to clean the area completely. You can see the old bottles of these oils and other things all dumped in there, and then there's a lot of debris around there that can also block the canal. So assignment has been given to the ministry. Vice President gave assignment to the Ministry of Lands to work with council and see how best to clean the place. And then that will be done hopefully very soon. They will implement that. So once that place is clean with all the gates open now, and we have about 3 pumps that are of 3 times the capacity of the pumps that we had there last year. 3 of them have been installed. And then we also have the sewage also pumping effectively. So that's why I said hopefully the issues of floods in Banjul will be minimized. I'm not saying we're not going to have floods in Banjul, but it will be minimized.
But did you get any update from Basse as to the floods?
I'll come to that, yes. I'm going to that. So, for Basse, what happened is that we observed also the same scenario that happens in Banjul. Basse has been prone to flood as well because of their proximity to the sea and then the topography of some of the key areas. Yes, the road to some extent, but what happened is that people also are squatting on the waterways. They've been given notice, and some of them even compensated when the road was constructed. But you will be surprised that most of them are still there. We have to enforce. Enforcement is what we have to do. And this is not for you to ask the minister or whoever. There are people responsible. And this is where I'll come to say all of us makes up the government. So we have our different individual roles to play. So we need to enforce to get these people evicted from where they are. If they have already been given the compensation, that is key. And that has already been done. But aside that also, Basse, the day, that very morning, fateful morning of Wednesday, the amount of rain that poured in Basse, the same, just like what happened also the 30th and the 31st of Banjul, it was unprecedented. So it was huge amount of rain that fell one day continuously. That has also exposed some of the weaknesses that we have in mitigating flood issues. And a team has been dispatched there. The Vice President is waiting to receive the report so that we will know what went wrong actually as per the last mitigative measures that we also already implemented. Then we will use that as a learning curve to see what we can fix immediately and what is of the medium term and what is of the long term. So we are waiting for the report to come. But I know some mitigative measures were already implemented as of from last year's rain. So maybe it's not as effective as we expected. Because I think now what we are learning from is that rains could surprise us. In as much as if they say we will receive rain above average or above normal, as the time that they used to say, the weather forecast, but we will hardly be able to predict how much of this is going to pour in a day or so. They will do that gradually as it unfolds during the rainy season. But this is where we have to be prepared as a country to know that climate change is just there to change everything in our surprise. So we don't want to wait for that surprise to come. We're using both last year and this year's rainfalls to serve as a wake-up call to put in stronger mitigative measures to avert issues of flood to that extent. But no matter how much we do, we've seen countries who are 100 times more stronger than Gambia, more developed than the Gambia in terms of infrastructure, in terms of economic strength, in terms of even technology, but they're experiencing floods. We've seen that last year. All of us can be out of business that almost the entire world was hard hit, including our neighbors in Senegal, Nigeria, Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, I saw one video that day I was flying to another African countries. The airport itself can take half of your knees of water. I was live watching it. And well, we are all in the same game. But as I said, as a country, as a government, what we are thinking is to put in stronger mitigative actions that will avert any further huge amount of surprise rainfalls. And this will be gradual. It will be put into the budget this year, to make sure that at least we have a huge amount of budget to compensate people who are squatting in the middle of the water, because that is also restricting our implementation strategy, because you have to create waterways. And when these natural waterways are blocked by structures who are living there, and they are Gambians like us, we have to see how best to relocate them. We have to see how best to compensate them. And we are talking of millions of dollars to do this, only for compensation. Millions. Some of them are story buildings, high 3-floor story buildings. So we have to, not only those that are aside, it's in more than 300 structures, but exactly on the waterway, we're talking about 100 plus.
Yeah, so that is happening. So is there any partnership with the department responsible for, allocating these lands as well, just so as part of the process to say this should not happen again? Are they being engaged so that something like this will not repeat itself? Because maybe you're solving one problem in one area, and in another area, somebody's also been allocated another land that is also in a waterway.
I agree, my dear. You are very right. As I said, what we are experiencing now is serving as a wake-up call for all of us to sit back and look at the policy implementation and also the strategies in place as to the way we plan our land use. We have been carried along by the 30, 40 years of droughts. We all thought that it's going to be the same drought that is going to be until life ends. But now we have been signaled that no, it could be a surprise. And the best thing is for us to build our resilience, have adaptive measures to cope with issues of floods and proper drainages. So this is going to be the plan henceforth. government is putting in those budgets to be able to accommodate the demand of implementing those strategies. But I want to go to Talinding Farokono, or you will call it Ibo Town. We visited there on Saturday, and I'm surprised that people have the heart or the thinking even to settle there. Honestly, I would not settle somewhere that even during the dry season, water is oozing in the middle of my house. Yes. During the dry, not even rainy season. During the dry season, people are seeing water coming in their compounds, water in their own houses, the house that they're sleeping. What is that telling you? You are not in the right place. And you don't expect government to come and remove it and take you somewhere. Government is not the one who placed you there in the first place. We have to make choices. Life is there also to at least be better for us ourselves. And some who are there, they build very big structures that you don't call them that they are vulnerable.
Okay, or there's poverty.
Or they are poor. No. Some of them, if you see the houses there, they're better than the houses in Brusubi.
True.
So I'm saying, why do I have to build my 3-story building, solid story building in a waterlogged area that is having a high water table, whereby you cannot dig even less than 1 meter without having water? That's not telling you something right.
Yeah, definitely.
So some of these things is our own choice. Definitely, left to me alone, I would rather go and stay right in the Kiangs, the Nyomis, and have a peace of mind.
Yeah, you get a
Nyomi
flat.
is looking good, actually.
You said so, but I would say Kiang is looking good than Nyomi. But then, for me, this is it. Why do we always want to say Mbesirin Kombole? Mbesirin Giokono? You're not in Kombo. Definitely, this is what is also affecting. When I went to that place, I agreed to myself that, look, we have to do one thing, and the one thing is either evict people to leave the area, those who are squatting there without documents. It has to be a very bold step by government.
Yes.
In as much government is sympathetic to everybody, because it is serving everybody. Each and every citizen, every person living in this country is under the family umbrella of government. And that is why government builds up that resistance to sympathize with people when it comes to issues of evicting them or implementing harsh measures on them. But again, at some point, we have to. And this is exactly what we have to do with Ibo Town. Ibo Town is not habitable. It's not an ideal for human settlement.
Well, you can see Ibo Town even in the dry season. People sit in water.
Yeah.
I mean, inside water. So.
But thank you so much, Honorable, for joining us. And like you mentioned, it's a collective issue here, because everybody have their responsibility. Government has their responsibility to protect. We also have a responsibility to make sure our environment is kept clean. You know, the blocking of drainage and all of that. Also, councils then have also a responsibility when it comes to waste management, to make sure that they collect the waste and take it where it's supposed to be. So if one piece is missing in the puzzle, then we will just lose it completely.
Badly put.
Yeah, but thank you so much for joining us, and we will keep following developments. So we'll just go for a short break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Qcell company bu ëppa client yu es yu koy jëfandikoo ci biir réew Qcell am 4G plus coverage bu gën a yaatu ci biir réew mi internet bu gën a gaaw ñetti yoon naataangoom yi kon nag toxul léegi dal di dial *335# dal di bànneexu 4G bu dëggantaan Qcell network Gambia bu ñu gën a wóolu.
Qcell woni GSM company ɓurɗo janɗude ko leydi Gambia ɗo e Qcell 4G plus coverage on ɓuri yawude laaɓi tati ɓe woni poɗodirde ɓen waɗu dial *335# fi wawa nafitorade ko woni 4G Qcell network ɓuraɗo hoolorede ko leydi Gambia.
Save up to 50% energy with the new side-by-side Samsung refrigerator. Samsung air conditioners come with HD filter and antibacterial for your protection. Save time, energy, and effort by using our washing machines, loaded with innovative features that offer superior cleaning technology. Step into the future of television with our slick and slim Samsung Smart TV designs. Sizes range from 32 to 85 inches. Smart LED, Crystal UHD Ultra High Definition, and QLED Quantum Dark LED. Get new ways of interacting with your TV. Unparalleled vision, right from the comfort of your living room. Our products are backed with 1-year warranty. Visit us at Q South Building at Caraba Avenue or at Boost Turntable. Contact us on 333-217 or email us at info@quantumnet.gm.
QCell suñu bondul ɓuri yawude holora te non kadi ɓuri moƴƴude ko leydi gambia ɗo si tawi hiɗa ka golle maɗum hiɗa ka l'école ma ka kangesa natugo internet nafitoroɗa suñu bondul ko kañum ɓuri moƴƴude no fuɗɗori mégabaji noga yeehi ha mégabaji sappo e tati waɗu dial star 303 has fi wawa tawede ɗum ɗo nafitoroɗa internet tarif ɓurɗo weɓude nata e facebook twitter instagram whatsapp e dulaji boyi nafitoro suñu bondul family on fi wawa natude ko internet no faliraɗa data package ji ɓurɗi weɓude fi heɓugol hen ko laaɓi noddu QCell customer care e 111 QCell suñu boss menen udditi lawol ngol si woɓɓe jokki.
Back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. And now, Ibrahim, we have Mamadou Gadiaga on the line, who is currently in Berlin for the Special Olympics. And, you know, it's good that we have Mamadou Gadiaga there. You know, the Special Olympic brings together persons with disability and persons who have no disability as well, you know, under one umbrella, you know, with all the political differences and religion to actually compete when it comes to sports. So it's important that we have our own Mamadou Gadiaga there to update us in relation to the happenings. Gadiaga, thank you so much for joining us. Gadiaga, can you hear me?
For me to come on this platform, but basically if you're hearing me, it is fine. I'm here in Berlin to cover the Special Olympics World Games, which began on the 17th of June 2023, and it's going up to the 25th of June 2023 here in Berlin. And Gambia is one of the countries, over 100 countries who are participating in this event. And the Gambia takes on to the tracks on, that is tomorrow, Wednesday, which is going to be their first official participation in the competition, aside from participating in the opening ceremony. But that is going to be a competition, athletics, 100 and 200 meters, male and female.
So who will be participating? Are these names that we know for the male and female?
Yes, Anna Marie Baji is a female athlete who is going to participate in the 100 and 200 meters, and Yaya Koli. These are the two athletes who will represent the Gambia in the athletics category. Those are the only two categories that the Gambia had registered for in this competition.
Okay, why is Gina Bass not, or this is not her category?
No, this competition is for persons who have learning difficulties. That's what they call them, intellectual disability. So this particular occasion is for them. It's one of the biggest inclusive sports in the world. So over 6,500 athletes are here in Berlin to compete in various sports over the next 1 week. But the Gina Bass and the others is a different competition. This one is for persons living with intellectual disabilities.
Yeah, I even mentioned, I did mention that in the introduction, but I had to ask you just so you will not be asked this question, because when you talk about 100 meters, everybody's mind obviously goes to the Gina Bass, you know, and the others. So I guess with that answer, it's quite clear, just so people know it's specifically for persons with intellectual disability, like I mentioned in the introduction. So how is the weather there, Gadiaga? Apart from the competition, tell us, did you go sightseeing? What did you see and all of that?
Well, I went out yesterday to see some places. We went to different parks, you know, go see shopping malls, and as well as I went to visit a Gambian family here, and, you know, they cooked a nice domoda for me.
Oh, nice.
And, you know, me and rice. I'm always used to rice. It's my staple food, just like many Gambians. And for me, it's really bad. I can't live without rice. So I had a very good one. So that's wonderful. Berlin looks very beautiful. You know,
infrastructure, the transportation, and a whole lot of things about Berlin is nice. The weather, too, is not bad, because when I was living in Gambia, it was extremely hot. I came over here there in the summer. The second day, I could see that it was a little bit warm. For them, they are complaining too much, but for me, it was okay. Moderate weather for me. But let's say in the early morning and in the night, it is very cold weather for me, as far as I am concerned. I don't see them complaining about it, but for me, it is cold.
Okay, that's for you, right? I'm happy that you were, specific. Did you attend the opening ceremony of the Special Olympics?
Unfortunately, that's the biggest regret. I missed out because of my flight connections from Madrid to Berlin, so I missed out on the opening ceremony. I arrived on the day of the opening ceremony, but it was 2 hours until when it closed.
Okay, but I saw it online and it looked really beautiful, really well coordinated. I saw it and I watched a few clips here and there. But anyway, the most important thing is that you're there now and you will be giving us the updates. So are you hopeful, Gajaga, when it comes to our participation? What are you looking forward to the different categories we'll be competing in?
They always talk about winning a gold medal. They did in the past. They did in the Special Olympic African Games, which was held in Egypt some years ago. And also they won the gold medal and silver medal in Abu Dhabi. That was just 3 years ago. That was a competition also for intellectual disability, but different athletes. So these are also new athletes selected to come and represent the Gambia in this competition. Their coach seemed very confident. The athletes are also very excited. They keep talking about we are going to bring a medal for the Gambia and it's going to be gold, not even silver medal. So sounding very confident, which is really good going into every competition. And looking forward to their competition tomorrow.
All right. So are we participating in any Paralympics, part? Is there any?
Not at all.
Okay.
That's why the name is called Special Olympics.
Okay.
Special Olympics is for persons living with intellectual disabilities,
because
learning difficulties. So
yeah.
Paralympics is also a different
thing. I saw
it's for persons living with a disability, but different physical disability.
I think you should support your brother here.
Their disability is intellectual disability.
You should support your brother here because he decided to put that on our running order. So when you come back, you have to actually tell him the different components in sports. You need to help your brother.
Actually, I was not the one that even put it there.
Who did?
It must be the senior producer.
But he's not alone, because I saw a lot of people will send me a message to say, "Oh, are you covering the Olympic Games?" I said, no. The main Olympic Games are going in Paris in 2024, next year. So the name is Special Olympics. That's how it's called across the globe.
So for some reason, people do not really know much about the Special Olympics. There's a lot of myths. People are a bit confused.
Yeah, because it is underreported when it comes to the media. Much concentration is not given to persons with disability.
Exactly.
Even in Gambia, so many of their activities. I would say, not to blow my own trumpet, but our television, QTV, myself, I follow a lot of disabled sports and I report about them, their challenges, things that they are facing, and things like that. But for the most part, the media, they cover the main football, they cover other athletics competitions, basketball, volleyball, but not so much is being known about persons living with disability also doing sports. They're human beings like us.
Exactly.
They reason like us, and they should be given the platform to showcase their talent, show what they're worth. And the only way to do that, even if they're doing it, it's the media that should sell basically what they are doing and by showing it to the world.
I totally agree with that. It's really, really underreported because you can see the confusion around it. But people like you who are passionate about this, you are currently changing, the narrative. So with the extensive reporting, people will now understand that this is there and these people matter, and they can also make a difference in their own little way. That's it. But Gajaga, we're looking forward to more interesting stories. What should we look forward to from you today, maybe?
Well, daily updates about the competition, Gambia's participation, and I'm looking forward to also doing other stories different from the Special Olympics, because I met some Gambians here who are doing very well in different domains. So I think that will be a very good story to also add on to what I will be doing here, basically.
Okay, can you say Germany? I just want to know, because when you went to Birmingham, you used to say Birmingham. You know, you added a specific touch to how you used to pronounce.
But that's how they pronounce it. So
okay, so say Germany. I just want to know if I'm pronouncing Germany, Berlin, well.
Oh, you got it right.
I got
Germany
it right.
and Berlin.
Okay.
Germany and Berlin.
Because he's British, Balde. He can just twist things sometimes.
That's
But anyway.
I'm not British, man. I'm Gambian.
Yeah, but you'll be back before Tobaski, right? Because are you going to be back before Tobaski?
I should, because the games end on the 25th, and I will be back on the 20th. I will leave Germany 26th, but arriving the next day, the 27th.
Okay, I'm 100% sure
Ibrahima. Before Tobaski, is it?
Yeah, I'm sure Ibrahima.
28th.
He decided to actually book a ticket whereby he'll be back before Tobaski.
Well,
because
I mean,
for him, the meat and everything.
Well, Tobaski is good in the Gambia. Tobaski is good at home.
He cannot miss out on the meat. I'm sure he chose that particular air ticket deliberately.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us, Mamadou Gajaga. Looking forward to the brilliant updates that you'll be sending us. And stay safe.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, so from Mamadou Gajaga, we'll just go for a short break. And when we come back, we'll head right on to the click segment. So we'll be right back.
We'll be back.
Qcell company bu ëppa client yu ees yu koy jëfandikoo si biir réew mi Qcell am 4G plus coverage bu gën a yaatu si biir réew mi internet bu gën a gaaw ñetti yoon naataangoom yi kon nag toxul léegi dal di dial *335# dal di bànneexu 4G bu déggantaan Qcell network Gambia bu ñu gën a wóolu.
Qcell woni GSM company ɓurɗon janɗude ko leydi Gambia ɗo e Qcell 4G plus coverage on ɓuri yawude laaɓi tati ɓe wone poɗodirde ɓen waɗu dial *335# fi wawa nafitorade ko woni 4G Qcell network ɓuraɗo hoolorede ko leydi Gambia.
Save up to 50% energy with the new side-by-side Samsung refrigerator. Samsung air conditioners come with HD filter and antibacterial for your protection. Save time, energy, and effort by using our washing machines, loaded with innovative features that offer superior cleaning technology. Step into the future of television with our slick and slim Samsung Smart TV designs. Sizes range from 32 to 85 inches. Smart LED, Crystal UHD Ultra High Definition, and QLED Quantum Dark LED. Get new ways of interacting with your TV. Unparalleled vision, right from the comfort of your living room. Our products are backed with 1-year warranty. Visit us at QCell Building at Caraba Avenue or at Boosterview Turntable. Contact us on 333-3217 or email us at info@quantumnet.gm. Being the Gambia's trusted network, QCell.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. And now, Ibrahima, we're heading right on to the click segment, and we're joined by Chacha Balde. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, but you are wearing a fake watch.
No. Man, do my soul watch be fake? Lee.
Color be. compare my watch to her
lii
watch.
waji marché Serekunda man suma watch Emirates Google ko léegi Emirates watch
yow xam nga lu ma
Emirates mu ngi nii xoolal man caaxaan teguma fi de mu ngi nii Google ko caaxaan teguma fi di job
Punjabi laa sol
lii waji marché la xoolal
wat bi ak suma tay la de
man lii Emirates
this is Punjabi
hey demal nga
you know what Punjabi
man caaxaan teguma fi man xoolal di jobs man dama ko bañ de gis nga fake Louis Vuitton fake li fi nit ñi di sol nii Gucci yi man dugguma si man bu original jógee si factory ba duma ko sol
but the hair is fake the eyelashes are fake the nails are fake
mees bi alors laa ko jëndee mees bi $10,000 la jar boo ko xam
anyways thank you for
du may sol fake boo ko xamul ma wala man naa wala sa factory ba mbaa ñu bàyyi bu jógee wut si factory bi daal
nañ ne nails yi fake la hair bi fake la
let's save this for another conversation please ñaan naa la dañoo fay de xam nga yow mën naa ñu ngi already am suñu anyways thank you for having me it's your man Churchill Bale right here and today I'm joined by D Jobs Baddest Manager to help us talk about artist management.
That's right.
Welcome to the platform.
Thank you very much, Churchill. I am glad to be here. And then to all the viewers that are watching this, I am happy. QTV so often. I must be here. It's my home. Baldebana. Jay, I am happy, Churchill. Thank you so much.
Nice. So the agenda today is artist management. Artist management has been a struggle for a lot of artists. So I feel the need for us to sensitize, and to sensitize people is only one person that can do that. Baddest Manager, like you call yourself. But first, let's talk about that title. How did you earn that title?
So Churchill, bala di jobs di duga hamna dafa important nga pour ñu duga ci topic bu important bi ni affaire management you know, ensuring that artists yi ñu am a good management because most of the time da nga gis artists yi dañ leen dee mëna nax because amuñ ku leen di dimbalé pour ñu am the right documentation which is a problem. Te léegi recently gis nañ ne D Jobs moom mu ngi am Miss Jobis mi nga xamante ne jigéen la parce que jigéen yi pour ñu dugal leen si façon naka sudut noonu because understanding game bi daf dee mën a nekk a problem so I think this is a very important topic am na solo torop ne management am na
waaw bu ma gisee comme I mean comme suñ female artists yi step bu moo jël yu ñoo jël towards the music you know I think loolu is impressive te am nañ ci future you know su soobee yàlla you know and the push of you know you mel ni Churchill Balde you know you're pushing all the time
ba pare dafa normal sa léegi comme nit ñi di am manager man sa war naa uti ku ma manage de xam naa ne nag amaguma yéena ima waaye tamit bëggoon naa ku ma manage ma toolu place
man maa nekk di manage
ba pare man am naa bës tuuti ku am naa tuuti bës di job soo xal rek soxla naa manager
ñu sign contract
so da nga gis ne issue la de nekk lu moo gën a tas sama feel the need pour ñu gën a wax about this artist management because léegi da nga dee sign to a deal boo xamante ne maybe du la favor ak yooyu noonu so waaw for both parties
very important Churchill Baddest Manager bi Jollof Arts la
exactly
when I came as the first ever operations manager players mu ne ma ne you
okay I think D Jobs I mean xam naa ne dafa am yu ñoo régler wala ñoo lifin waaye comme artist management bi Churchill loolu dafa am solo loolu last time foog naa topic yoo dee choose daf dee am solo si entertainment bi because last time stage management tey nga indi artist management you know xam nga tam artist dafa war a am management bu correct pour mu mun a jaar si yoon
decision making
waaw so man dama feel ne D Jobs comme artist yu jaar si loxoom yëpp
they are established
to be very honest let me tell you something dama realize ne gis nga ñancoo dafa demoon at some point bem kenn du ko doon dégga we have to be real about
realistic
he was hot mu ñëw mu fay kenn du ko doon dégga waaye I think bu mu passé through Baddest Manager time boobu la gina am buzz understand nga because yàlla moo dee def loolu pour ñu àndal gis nañ ñoom ST gis nañ ñeneen ak ñeneen gis nañ Miss Jobis fu mu nekk léegi you know so I think artist management is very significant.
So by hell, I'm being selective. Kalla is on the platform to discuss about it because Hamnane, he has a very vast knowledge about this. And Hamga Nikki Fonga Hall Tamilum def. So Hall and Yara artists like money, they are transformed into something big. So Lumota Mama is on this platform. So like Balanyo discuss about Lulu. Title Winjika, no earning.
That's right. Jollof Arts la won. Bima ñëwé as the first operations manager. ma jël ko maa ngi manage over 10 artists Sambu Suso si la nekkoon ñoom Asli Cham Babi Queen City Stars Players ak MC Ndaanaan ñoom Mad Snake ñoom fin la mu nekkoon experience bu rëy Players benn bés rek mu ne ma ne bro mu ne ma ne I look at your youthful swagger you know your presentability and the way you dress your confidence and everything and then your knowledge mashallah I feel that you are the baddest manager because area bi tamit nekkul ne da nga am experience bi rek de da nga war a jànga te man saa su ne lu ma dee wax mooy ne leaders can be naturally born but managers are artificially made fa nga study nga mën a nekk manager so ñoom xam nañ ne waa dëgg yàlla saay moom study na ko ba pare tamit am na confidence bi am na presentability bi so loolu dañu jox ma baddest manager mu ngi mel ni ñoom a ko jox man tamit ma jël ko waaw mbuuboo ko celebrate ko mu nekk loo xamante ne waa dëgg yàlla loolu kenn du ko weedi because ki nga xamante ne tey mu ngi am sort of a Jesus capacity in this industry ki dem ba dee nga dékkili ko loolu moom waa dëgg yàlla
baddest manager rek moom
loolu so masha Allah so ñu jógee fa ñan coo approach ma mu ne ma ne bro I want us to work privately
moom moo la
approach waaw he called ma ne ko ne waaw no problem man tamit suma contract bi jeex na Jollof Arts I want to go and work as a private manager so si lañ mit xam nga ñu discuss that was the first meeting the second meeting ñu ñëw and then I wrote the first draft of the contract ma jox leen ñu dem just to cut it short keroog buñ ko doon sign si diggi COVID lockdown bi la August 2020 maa ngi fàttaliku sign contract bi ma xam ne kii waa dëgg yàlla challenge bu maa ñëw feesi moo gën a bëri bu ST bi
what an unfortunate incident
bu ST bi because xam nga management tamit fa nga xam ay approaches yoo xamante ne yooyu ngay introduce nga mën a build sa artist
you should be street smart da
exactly so bu ST bi I introduce an approach called Vigo Dimension Vigo Dimension mooy pour ñu represent fi ñu jógee ñun Brikama lañ jógee West Coast lañ jógee looloo indi lan Brikama boyo ndol kan na ku leke so catch phrase boobu noonu man maa ko indi ma indi that ideology pour ñu mun a build ST ñan joobi ma ñëw ma xam ne kii moom dee na ba decompose te loolu moom pour nga indi ko waat
dafa soxli dekali
waaw yaa ngi understand so
he was resurrected
he was thirsty he needs water
waaw so moom moo looloo gën a difficult lan laa defoon pour moom I introduced 3 approaches octopus gorilla and dominion
but I'm sure you have no idea what
octopus gorilla
octopus as the living being
yes
octopus as the living being
what is the octopus
how much approach
si entertainment
I don't know
waaw so octopus bi xam naa ne kii dem na ba dee suñ ko dekkiliwaat fa ñu indi a système boo xamante ne dañoo spread suñ tentacles yi indi ñëpp ñi nga xamante ne ñoo fa génnoon fa lañ sampa the fan base in Bakau ñu sampa beneen fan base in Brikama call it the Nyancho Kunda Central we created about 21 active fan groups across the country for Nyancho because moom team bi Nyancho Kunda la woon and then we had fan bases in all the major areas in the Gambia ma indi gorilla moom moo indi the often events you don't am si TV I remember your QTV event bi ngeen ñu invite I wasn't even looking for whatever payment but I want Nyancho to be seen everywhere every media activity
visibility
ba pare ñu songa télé yi songa radio yi because an artist must be heard and seen so mooy gorilla bi dominion bi nag fa fooy liggéey bi because foofu noonu fa project yi ñëw su ko defee mu dominate mooy dominion te loolu macha allah def naa ko loolu indi police hall concert bu ñu def police hall tamit mu nekk loo xamante ne man maa moom concept bi man di Jobs maa indi di title police hall ma ne ko ne album bi police hall lañ ko tuddee ba pare police hall liggéey bi nga xamante ne loolu lañ si war a def mooy apataki caravan apataki charter loolu yëpp I created it so that we can have activities around the album project su ko defee mu nekk loo xamante ne lu am solo te gis nañ police hall even the outro bu ma fa def si vidéo bi
waaw
podium speech boobu noonu
non boobu State House la doon seen
boobu dafa dox
boobu non di Jobs ku ko joxoon réew mi mu yóbbu
in this country's TV history dina la wax lii billahi
kenn defu ko
police hall is the greatest project ever maa la wax lii in the TV history of this country
so foo ko teg
waaw maa ngi ko teg si loo xamante ne mooy ne rek ñu celebrate ñi nga xamante ne they are the most marginalized but again the most important maa ngi ko teg si loo xamante ne tey dañ war a understand ñun the dynamics of public policing which is very important because tey dañ defaral di wax the public are the police and the police are the public so tey man su ma fiilee ne kii police la dama ko war a hate o mënuñoo nekk si cordial vibe bi nga xamante ne tey loolu lañ war a am loolu juumteef la ma fiil ne tey dañ war a engage askan bi ñoo xam ne these are the most important group in any organization.
I'm not sure. Like, tell us your experience working with ST. How was it like?
Very nice. Like I said, the Vigo dimension that I introduced to Bilim, we started in 2004. That was a year when I graduated from Nusrat. We met up in Lenahan Society. At the time, people of Brikama don't want to accommodate rappers. That's the fact of the matter. The first rappers were Mother Squad. They died because they couldn't get the support from Brikamarians. They were supporting dancehall and reggae. Because that was what Rebellion left there. Philan and others took up. So when I came, a lot of people were like, you cannot grow this guy. You cannot grow. You cannot take him anywhere. Go to Senegal. That is where rap is working. He cannot work in the Gambia. So these were times when I would, put his CDs in my pocket, go around and about Brikama, take it to Brikama radio station and other, radios around Brikama for them to play. We were going to open and funeral shows for him to showcase. Yes. Yeah. And you'll be very, very surprised. The first mixtape that we launched in Brikama, February 2010, you can count the people that came. 2013, his debut album, Distinction.
I understand it was a handful of people.
Yeah, people were like, no, we cannot do this. So it was tough, Churchill. Nobody was helping me. So the experience was rough because everybody was telling you, don't support ST. Don't promote ST. The rap is not our culture. He cannot grow, even from parental level.
So because you know why? I think Rebellion set the bar so high to an extent that, any other...
It was reggae dominion.
Yeah, it was,
People don't
reggae
know that all that we know is reggae and dancehall.
Exactly. But then belief made it possible. Because as a manager also, you must have a foresight. That is why Henry Fayol brought in the 14 principles of management, where we have innovation. We in fact have what we call Esprit de Corps, P.O. Brothers Keeper. So all these things you need to understand and then have confidence as a manager. If you know you have a star, be by your star.
So do you have any regrets managing ST?
Well, I don't have any regret. In fact, the baddest manager title. Why do you think? Exactly.
Just trying to put you on the spot.
Yes, exactly. So no regret. If you look at my track records, all these things are there. In fact, somebody called me 2 days ago and said, D-Jobs, no, to be honest, you, then I'm barke. Wow. Janga bisa na dem fil.
No.
Low tech rek.
Low tech salo dafa dem.
Koku lola ma wax ba dem. Mu ne ma look at this. You came in Miss Jobis management January this year. Li xewna. Te gis nañ tamit ni nga ko defé bi ñancho.
I've said that before.
So balanga dem si Miss Jobis. Come right now, if you had the opportunity to remanage, I wonder that's the right word for me to use.
Yes.
Manage at STY. Will you accept that?
Well, I think kune katame da nga am sa plan to grow. Man the next level would be a bigger record level and music business consultancy firm, which in fact I started working on, Baddest Entertainment, because my consultancy jobs itamen wa degi yalla mo gëna very hardest. Artist management bi Churchill ma wala tay mo gëna difficult than Adama Barrow responsibility bu am State House. Man mala wal lolu.
Why?
Because lena la ma wala li, I will tell you what we call core indicators in artist management.
Okay.
You see the core indicators.
Why the jobs did it? Adama Barrow.
Well, how do I explain it?
Barrow talk na muna ñu is not easy.
Is it like that?
Yeah, why man tamit dina ko matene. Dina ko matene ñu ñoo gëna am responsibility. Xam nga lana ne kadi wax.
Yes.
Gis nga Balde. Man artist bi ngay manage core indicators are things yoo xamantene kenn du ko gis. Fans yi duñ ko gis, public bi duñ ko gis, waaye yow dang day gis loolu. Xam nga lana ne ka core indicators. Yow artist bi relationship bi nga am ak sa jabar. Xeex bi nga dee am si family bi. Xeex bi nekk sa diggante ak nit ñi leble bi nga defoon fale Brikama benn kapinta liggéey ak yow nga fay ko part time beneen bi mu ngi fa police cases yi nga am yi nga xamante ne manager bi su nekkee di la manage tey mu ngi laa manage jaale with all these problems am artiste yi nga xamante ne tey suñ jëlut drogue duñ mën a dugga si studio bi perform est-ce que xam nga ne loolu tamit daf dee xew so kooku noonu soo ko amee xamal ne bés dina ñëw du nekk si mood bi sax pour mu dugga si studio bi so yow mi nekk manager am da nga war a consider all those core indicators te mun ngaa dem si këram nga fekka mu ngi poñowante ak jabaram ñu ngi xulo am nañu artiste yoo xamante ne moom bés bu ne seen kër xeex la problème yes so you manage them with all the core indicators maa ngi fàttale ko keroog police yi buñ ma koolee ñu ne ma ne sa artiste bi de lii ak lii lam fi def bi ñëwee police ñu ne leen ñun de si télé bi lañ ko dee gis waaye di jos moom waa Brikama la xam nañ ko bàyyi ñu kool ko terra ñu kool ma ñu ne man lii ak lii sa artiste bi def
and you have
xam nga loolu fans yi yeguñ ko
you have to leave everything you're doing
you have to leave everything that you are doing su ko defee xam nga nekk fa so
waaye di jobs ma bañ yow Barrow mu ngay manage an entire nation yow benn person like nga ne
xam nga Barrow have what we call delegated legislation tey moom ministre yi ñun nekk di def mu ngi leen délégué pour ñu mun a def
ñooñu ñu ko jàppale
exactly waaye di Jobs moom soo nekkee manager waa dëgg yàlla fii
di Jobs lu mu war rek daf seerita
even if you have if you have ay team ñi ngay liggéeyal you know how experienced are the team I mean in fact who do you see these managers that because some of them you know like I would call it some tender level managers who do you see going to radio and TV it's only D Jobs that is been invited
but how do you do it how do you manage
TV man kenn rek ay dem fu ne
how do you do it how do you manage because it's like yow da nga am that magic touch comme ni ko Balde waxee you have that magic touch your artist boo manage rek dafa dem
yeah exactly
how do you do it
is you understanding the job also divine guidance because am na ñoo xamante ne tamit yàlla buñ leen doon binda def leen laal first touch so loolu tamit waa dëgg yàlla ñun si loolu lañ bokka am ñaani waajur alhamdulilah rabbil alamin
Jobs nga yëpp
waaw xam liggéey bi mun liggéey bi am connection si liggéey bi waa dëgg yàlla loolu waral lii bi ma ñëwee si carrière Miss Jobs demal nga check Watson Gambia post buñ def dama doon share ma ne leen ne am na 3 approach yoo xamante ne loolu laay introduce pour Miss Jobs mu nekk si stardom bu ma bëgg mu nekk te 5 months laa ko jox xam nga ban approach la introduce the Argentino Soros
and what is the Argentino Soros
no DJ
what is the Argentino Soros
loolu la introduce
now we are talking in parables
now and then everybody is like
is that a Brazilian word or something
now we are talking in parables
exactly and everybody is like what are you saying DJs you know and then I decoy asymmetry I got all these things I said but then I am so much concerned about the Argentino Soros that is to take Miss Jobs beyond borders. Now, you know the dinosaur? Argentinosaurus is within the dinosaur species. And they have this, you know, whatever, you know, hide, you know, where they see an ordinary human being would not be able to see. Oh. So it's like at some point, Yangi, Hamgare, I just sabopa. Yangi am bad buguda. Finger nekadi hall, nyene gisufa.
Let's
so
say the giraffe,
that's the approach that I introduced.
Giraffe,
exactly.
Wow.
So I introduced that it works for her. And then what do we see?
No, we've seen progress.
High-powered delegation to Norway for the first time in history. 3 artists are going to Norway.
So like it did just man luma buga xam artist management bi meeting na de waaye foog naa ne yow tam am nga si percentage.
waaw bu baax te loolu nag duma ko dee foyee duma ko dee caaxaane. suma percentage because tey waa dëgg yàlla. I remember in 2016 when I wrote to Gamcel and lobbied for an endorsement deal for ST. Who helped me? Nobody. I was the one that wrote. And I also developed, you know, a book that we call Press Book. I was telling you.
Yeah,
before
the Press
we
Book.
come in here. The Press Book will tell you everything about that artist. That was what I submitted. It has the artist bio.
And the work plan.
His track records, the work plan. I remember Miss Jobs, the work plan that we submitted to the embassy is 1-year work plan that I made in one night. You think that's easy? It's not.
It's not.
So I lobbied, you got a deal from that company. Basically, what do you expect? The contract that I signed with them says, if I lobby any endorsement deal and bring it to you, even if they give you 1 million, I will take 1 million. 50-50. Because I'm the one that lobbied for that endorsement deal to come.
Okay.
If I take you to Geneva, you don't know Geneva. I was the one that spoke to Geneva to say, I want you to help. We want to organize an event. We don't have money. Geneva happened to give you 500,000. I will take 250. That's what the contract
so
says.
it's tick for tack.
Tick for tack. So
Yes.
dafa mel ni
Why-
rek percentage bu la
waaye di jox loolu wéeru loo ko fen.
maa ngi ñëw non dama ko weer fen.
maa ngi ñëw
loolu moom bu dee
non
loolu
man si man support na
waaw maa ngi ñëw.
support na
xam nga déglu ma dafa am percentage bi nga xamante ne maa ngi am 20 maa ngi am 10 loolu mooy lan local bookings yi ndee am.
Okay.
as a manager. xam nga lii yëpp am na solo pour managers yi xam. local bookings yi yaa ngi am 10%. international bookings yaa ngi am 25%. because you are the business because in fact fan nit ñi xam ne yow mi nekk manager bi yaa dee waxtaanee business bi.
You handle the people.
Yeah.
waaye bañu ma that 10 and 15 waaye pàccoo bi.
waaw
comme si digga bi.
obviously
loolu
xam nga non waaw pàccoo bi. because tey
pàccoo bi dafa miit.
déglu ma kon doog man ma toog yow nga dem lijjante ji because tey yow soo bindee pour ñu ñëw ñu dimbale sa artiste si endorsement di lay wadde because lii tamit fa ngeen déglu fii this is the only country where royalties are not being paid fana we have 2 major sources of income si suñ aar bi mooy endorsement deals and concerts concert bi man maa fa am 20-25% waaye endorsement deal bi mu ngi nekk business deal bi nga xamante ne tey lu am solo même su fekkee ne sax yaa ñu ngi nekk di fay royalties tey royalties yi yow mi nekk manager at least 30-40% war nga see am yaa nekk di lijjante business bi pour indi ko am na yeneen managers yi nga xamante ne waa dëgg yàlla xaw ma naka leen nekkee di liggéey ak seen artiste waaye tamit mu ngi mel nii rek compagnie bu ne fa nga am ñu xarañ so man tamit waa dëgg yàlla si côté managers yi tey if you are talking about the biggest artists yi nga xamante ne seen fay bi dafa ute and with the uprising ones what do you expect tey I'm the greatest artist manager in this country so being the biggest artist manager in this country also comes with cost.
It comes.
That's what I'm saying. You don't expect me to be paid what they are paying. The kindergarten wasn't inside manager. Yeah, possible.
It's not possible.
So for me, my contracts are very, very, very.
Fast forward. Let's talk about Miss Jovis.
Yes.
Can more approach can put manage?
Miss Jovis approached me with Mario Carter.
Jojo, we have 2 minutes to go.
Exactly.
Exactly.
She approached me, Mario Carter, Moma approach. Feka dema decide on ne, I will take 2 years break from the industry, Madam Defiji, so my master's degree in public admin, which I'm doing with Subdeco University.
Nice.
You know, and I said, no, I delayed this. I should have gotten my PhD, so I don't want to be in the industry. I decided to take it, I'm going. They said, no, D-Jobs be big. You know, you have to come, she's a star. And then devoid of whatever music business relationships. She's my niece, she's my cousin's daughter.
That's family.
Yes,
right,
exactly. That's family. So I said, I will have to do this. So coupled with my studies, I said, yeah, and I will set up a very, very proactive management. You know, so that if I have, like, for example, the creative director, I have never gotten a creative director during Nyancho's time, but I had to appoint a creative director for Miss Jovis. You know, brought in 2 stylists, cosmetologists, you know, even designers. So I you know, bring all this because I also know where her loopholes are, you know, in terms of presentability and everything. I want also to work around her image and then to rebrand. I also brought in a brand manager, you know, and also people that will be entirely responsible for designs and all these things.
But I think we've run out of time.
So it has worked on well. I think today I should sit down comfortably. Churchill. I am the indomitable and the incomparable D-Jobs.
That's D-Jobs,
yes.
manager.
Thank you very much. No, hashtag, and that has to be emphasized. It has to be pronounced in capital merits. I have little managers. Higher regards to them. You know, here it's like D-Jobs being manager's manager. There are so many artists here who I will augment.
Man, do ma manage man aw ma dara.
Waaw, who I will augment.
You suñ pàccoo man duma am dara.
Yow pàccoo bi mooy sa problème. Waaye mu nga am dara. Yow gis nga visibility content bi nga nekk di jox hotel yi. Xam nga ñaata lañ la war a fay yow.
Ñaata.
Very good. Manager bi moo la ko war a woon. Mu dimbale la. Waaye keroog bu tase.
You don't have to be
rapacious.
Waaye yow dama bëgg a tekki. Billahi su fekkee ne soo bëggee am dara. Soo bëggee am dara. Non. Léegi soo bëggee am dara. léegi di jox la milliard.
Wow.
maa la ko wax.
Till we come your way tomorrow.
Yes.
Bye for now.